Humanity's Greatest Flaw, Part 8, The First Crusade, 1095 through 1099. The West, still in the Dark Ages, desperately need a leader. Along comes a pope, hungry for power, beyond the spiritual. A letter from Emperor Alexis Komnenos in the West provided the fuel. One man turns a war for territory into a religious war to turn the church into the Holy Roman Empire. Humanity's Greatest Flaw, Part 8. First Crusade, 1095 to 1099. Years 632 to 661, the Muslim conquest of Levant, eventually causing the eastern half of the Roman Empire losses of land. Today we refer to the Eastern Roman Empire as Byzantium. I mention that because that is the accepted term, not because it was reality at the time. I happen to believe people should be able to name their own selves, but that's just me. I digress, though. Over time, the Seljuk Turks would find themselves in possession of most of Anatolia, if not all. Emperor Alexios I, Komnenos, comes to power at a time that Eastern Roman Empire has suffered heavy losses. It is weak and in need of an ally. He requests aid from Pope Urban II in Rome, falsely assuming the Pope would behave like a Roman emperor. After the fall of the Western Empire and the onset of the Dark Ages, that was anything but true. But Pope Urban was making claims of leadership in the West. He had great influence because after so much hardship, the West's only uniting factor was the Christian Church. But while it gave him influence, in reality, he lacked any real ability to impose himself beyond the Church's ability to persuade people who were desperately wanting stability and searching for people who might be able to turn things around. They were willing to take whatever they could get, just so long as someone thought they knew what they were doing. So Alexius' communication to Pope Urban II was an opportunity. It gave him a rallying cry for unity in the West and strengthens Pope Urban II's standing. So on 1095, he calls a council in Clermont, and in November calls for the First Crusade. Pope Alexios, in his arrogance and in a crisis, reached out assuming propaganda of the Pope Urban as someone with the authority in the West, much like the emperors of old. He needed a quick fix to military mistakes made by the last emperor that lost him land. As to whether it was Muslims subjugating Christians, as it says in Alexios' request, or was even a reality and not just propaganda, we may not know for sure, since all too often it's the winner that interprets history. But my focus is on Pope Urban. Second flaw, not Alexios's. The emperor created an opportunity out of ignorance, and in a panic, grabbing for a lifeline. But the tragedy, in my opinion, was that a selfish man seeking power got the opportunity, and the aftermath we are still feeling the repercussions today, all the way into 2017. Even if we have other newer incidents, this, I think, is when Christianity truly left Christ. Thank you. There'll be a second video, but this video I want to make it along the lines to point out something about what I did in the Dark Ages and about what I see happening today with the terrorism problem and the anger, because I think there is a connection here and I want to explore it. Anyway, for right now, I think this covers what needs to be covered on the Crusades 1. Thank you.